It's a magazine I can really trust.
Don't delay. Call this toll-free number now. 1-800-331-1009. There's never been a better time for Parents Magazine.
WKBS, Burlington, Philadelphia.
Evening, Mr. Whitney.
Gunther? How you doing with that new lock?
I should be finished here shortly.
That's a good lock now. Do a nice job.
Yeah, take dynamite to get through here now.
Good. When you're done with that, I want you to inspect this window. If these frames are loose or rotting or anything, I want them replaced, and I want a very good lock put on the window as well.
You're sure not taking any chances, Mr. Whitney?
None at all.
Excuse me, you're sure going to a lot of care to seal the room off from intruders. May I ask what the treasure is we're guarding?
No, you may not. Don't ever ask me that again. Just follow orders, if you would.
Of course. Sorry, sir.
I have got a few more wedding invitations, which I would like hand-delivered. You know, it adds a nice personal touch. It makes the recipient feel important.
Sure. I'll jump on it as soon as I finish here.
Okay.
But, are these correct? I mean, all of them?
Oh, yes, they're correct. Some of those people I consider to be friends, some acquaintances, and I figured why not invite an adversary or two. This is the time for being generous.
Anything you say, Mr. Whitney.
Besides, Gunther, you know, I find it amusing that even my enemies are people of quality.
Quality?
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Tide. Women who count on cleaning put their trust in Tide. And by Duncan Hines Layer Cake Mixes. Light and Moist Deluxe 2 and Extra Moist Pudding Recipe.
Could you bake a better cake than a pastry chef?
Crazy me. There I am with the head chef of the 5-star Box Tree restaurant. I let him challenge me with his cake against my Duncan Hines. I was really nervous because the judge was Augustine Page, owner of the Box Tree.
Excellent. Very excellent taste, indeed.
Chef Rudy looks so smug.
Let me have a taste of the other one. Excellent, too, you know. Flavor and texture. A little bit more moisture. Can I see? Duncan Hines. Oh.
Good try.
Rudy, have a taste.
Excellent. Duncan Hines cakes. So moist and delicious, you can make them better than a pastry chef's cake.
Coach Hawkins, what are you doing in home ec?
Washing the team's uniforms for the second time.
Washing twice? What are you using?
This.
A so-called bargain, not a smart play, Coach.
Oh, but I saved a lot.
By washing twice, some saving. This is home economics, Coach. We use Tide, so we get clothes clean first time around.
On tough, muddy dirt like that?
Sure. Is this as muddy as that was?
Oh, you bet. All my guys are tough.
Oh,
Hey.
Tide'll beat it with just one wash.
Hey, Tide won.
Even after you wash this twice.
Tide was the clean winner 2-1.
Coach, the smart money's on Tide.
Extra Action Tide, the best detergent on American soil. It's a real cleaning bargain.
2-1.
And how was your day, honey?
Very productive. I talked to Cliff Nelson, and he had some interesting, if disturbing, things to say about Valerie Bryson.
About Val? What do you mean disturbing?
Well, she had a meeting with Cliff to discuss her father's legal difficulties.
Mike arranged that.
And now it seems as if both father and daughter have problems.
Why?
Bryson has refused legal counsel. Not only that, he's refused to see Valerie. He won't even talk to her. He's adamant about it.
I wonder why. I mean, there seemed to be such a strong affection. There was a strong affection between them.
Well, Cliff has a theory, and it sounds logical. He thinks Bryson is afraid to talk to anyone, including his daughter, because if he reveals any information about his contacts in Europe, it might lead to reprisals against her.
Well, that's something that she should know about, Mike. Maybe Val needs some kind of protection.
Well, I don't think she's in any danger at the moment.
But you are concerned.
I stopped by the photo studio and saw Val this morning.
You did?
Yeah, I just stopped by to see the new studio.
I see. Allow me, Kelly. Since you've been beating that backgammon, you might as well sit there and lick your wounds.
Been beaten.
Evening, Mr. Carr.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Mr. Whitney's chauffeur. Evening.
Hello?
He wants me to give this to you and Mrs. Carr and Mr. McGrath. Wedding invitation, sir.
Wedding? Oh. Oh, yes. Well, thank you very much.
Good night, Mr. Carr.
Good night. Kelly?
Thanks, Mike. Well, that's nice. Let's see. Mrs. Geraldine Saxon requests the honor of your presence. Guess that means we have to go, huh?
Oh, well, why not? Geraldine is one of our dearest friends, and Raven is Raven.
Yeah, and Sky Whitney is a Sky Whitney.
All right, this should be enough to ensure an indictment. I think we can close this case. I'll call Mike Carr on that in the morning.
All right.
Now, here's the ballistics report on the gun used in the Ritson case. No good. And the fingerprint analysis was only a partial print, so that's no good.
Damn.
Keep trying.
Okay, Chief.
All right, you got anything else now?
Yeah, Mrs. O'Malley called. Those space beings used her bathroom without asking permission. She doesn't like that.
Why not?
Well, they stole her razor. Yeah, well.
Thanks, Damien. I think I needed that.
I could see that.
All right, tell me. How are you doing in your own private crusade? You're still pursuing Collier Wells?
Yep.
On your own time, as per our agreement?
Absolutely. I'm sort of at a dead end right now. I'm not sure that Martine Duval is going to turn out to be the magnet for Collier Wells I'd hoped she'd be. I don't know. I went and saw her again, and I came up with nothing. I guess I'm barking up the wrong...
Oh, please don't use that cliche. That's the worst one.
Barking up the wrong French pastry. Okay. I better go. It's been a long, tough day. What about you? You've been cooped in here for a couple of days.
Well, I think I'm going to hang around here a little while longer. I need the distraction. All work and no play. That's what I need right now.
More than a double scotch?
Yeah. Yes, Helen. Okay, send him in. Hang on, it's a messenger. Maybe this is something we can use.
Chief Mallory?
Yes?
I'm Mr. Whitney's chauffeur. He's asked me to hand deliver this to you personally.
Thank you.
Perhaps you can take these, too, for Detectives Calvin Stoner and Damian Tyler.
I happen to be Damian Tyler.
Oh. Well, I'll just give it to you then. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Is this for real?
I'm afraid it's true, Chief.
Look at this. Don't believe this. She's marrying Skylar Whitney and he's inviting me to their wedding? The hell do they think I am? Requests the pleasure. That'll be the day I dance at her wedding. Mr. and Mrs. Skylar Whitney.
You know, this is one wedding I just might attend. I'm sorry, Chief. This is really rotten. I guess it's not very funny to you.
It's funny, all right. It's hilarious. Don't you see me laughing? Maybe I do need that double scotch.
Oh, roast beef. Bread. egg and the tomato, Swiss cheese and Miracle Whip. Oh. Oh, no.
A sandwich just isn't a sandwich without Miracle Whip salad dressing, the bread spread from Kraft.
Dear Jane Russell, he proposed. Is there an 18-hour bra pretty enough for a bride?
The answer is yes. Introducing the new 18-hour lovely look from Playtex. For we full-figure gals who love pretty things. Delicate sheer accents, cut lower, with a rounder, more feminine look. Plus 18-hour fabric that stretches for real comfort, real support. Try the new Playtex 18-hour lovely look bras. Pretty enough for a bride and you.
Jody, I hope to be assigned to cover the opening of the Whitney Dance Company in your debut.
How's your work coming, Jody?
Well, it was coming along pretty good. I mean, Gavin even seemed hopeful. I guess it's just me. I feel like I'm taking a step forward and then taking 2 steps backwards.
Now, listen, I don't want any defeatism in this house. Not at all. You just remember the words of that very famous old philosopher. His name escapes me at the moment, who said, "Whatsoever thou thinketh in thine heart, so thou is't."
Casey Stengel?
No, it'll come to me, though. Actually, it's such a good line, it's probably a woman who wrote it.
What he's trying to say is don't be negative, because if you believe in your heart that you can do it, you will.
Yes, well, I'm praying that you're right. Because the last thing in this world that I want to do is to disappoint the people who have so much faith in me and who love me. And now, even though it is forbidden, I am going into the kitchen. I am going to finish all the coffee ice cream.
What, you're going to finish all of it?
Yes, all of it.
Oh, poor Jody. She's just struggling through this. Was she like this all the time I was gone?
Well, there were times she was very low, but listen, I don't want you to worry about her. I have a feeling, just like you do, that my little sister-in-law is going to be a big success.
Well, nobody's worked harder for it.
A lot of that hard work's been poured on her from the top. Not just Gavin Wiley, Skylar Whitney, too.
Well, from what she says, Gavin may have relented a little bit of late, but Mr. Whitney...
No, I think he missed his calling.
Meaning?
I think he should have owned a baseball team, not a dance company.
Well, you have to admit, Miles, he is a businessman.
Yeah, I know, but he seems to think there's more at stake than just money. I mean, his pride, his power, prestige, his reputation. Hates to lose, likes to win.
Yes, but everybody does. That's human.
No, but he seems a little more obsessed about it than the normal human being.
Well, maybe now that he's getting married to Raven, he'll find that enough of a distraction to leave his dance company alone for a little while.
Yes, that might be a distraction at that. Thank you. Uh-oh. Yes, Gunther, what can I do for you?
I'm delivering invitations for Mr. Whitney's wedding to you and Mrs. Kavanaugh and Miss Jody Travis.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Forgot to click his heels. Now, what do you say? Should we attend the wedding of an impresario and his raven?
Why not?
Mom.
Just brought your grandma's glasses, dear.
Oh, Mom.
I used them for my first anniversary dinner, too. Oh, dear. They're spotty. They look fine at home, but not in this light.
I'll just rewash them in Cascade. See the difference it can make?
Try Cascade. Most detergents can leave drops that spot, but Cascade sheeting action leaves glasses virtually spotless.
Now Grandma's glasses shine even in bright light.
Try Cascade and put your glasses in their very best light.
Remember me?
Uh-huh, you're that husband who works late.
Cold fried chicken. Too bad you can't fry it again.
Hey, hand me my Crisco oil.
You wouldn't.
It was your idea.
It'll soak up more oil. Won't it taste greasy?
Think positive.
No greasy taste.
Even fried twice. Crisco oil's great.
Well, it was my idea.
Huh?
Why do Crisco oil foods taste great?
No greasy taste.
And Crisco oil has no cholesterol.
Great dinner, Herb. I love the fish.
It was steak, and the greasy mess it left. Ugh.
Use the Dawn, Herb. Dawn will handle that grease.
Dawn, huh?
Here's why. Half a cup of grease added to dishwater. Dawn breaks up grease, surrounds it, takes grease out of your way, helps keep it from settling back on your dishes.
Everything came out great. Dishes, pots, pans, even my hands don't feel greasy. With Dawn, I'll do dinner anytime.
Give me a break.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
Here, Gavin, I've really got to hand it to you. I mean, you know how to live. Cold hamburgers, lukewarm coffee, flat soda, and gracious surroundings.
You are so ungrateful. Why'd you ever get fed at home?
Well, I would, I think, if I was ever there. My wife thinks I fled to Siberia.
When was the last time you saw a star?
I don't know. Actually, the last time I walked into our front door, she said, "Who are you and what do you want?" When I told her, she assured me she never kissed strangers, and then she told me that I had grown old since the last time she saw me.
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you, Cal, you really begin to show your age.
Yeah, well, thanks, Sonny. Anyway, it's pretty rough on both of us, but I think it's harder on her. I mean, look, I only get home a couple of nights a week. She can't plan dinner. She can't plan a social evening, certainly. And then she's beginning to get kind of jumpy lately, you know, every time the phone rings, thinking that that there's been some trouble of some sort. And then when I do get home, I get the big lecture.
Well, she loves you, dummy.
I know, I'm not complaining. It's when she stops lecturing that I'll begin to worry. Oh, she is so delicious when she's angry. She calls me her favorite pitfall.
Well, it's the pitfalls of marriage that I'll never have to worry about because I will stay a single man all my life.
Yeah. Till the right beauty comes along, then you'll be dancing to a different tune.
Well, how am I supposed to choose, officer? I mean, I am surrounded all day long by a bevy of beauties. In my work, I am surfeited with grace and charm. Now, what would you have me do? Give them all up except one?
I think you may have done that already.
Well, that's a mysterious remark, old fellow.
Well, did these old eyes deceive me the other day, or did I notice a distinct difference in your relationship with Miss Jody Travis? I say I did. I did, right there on that very spot.
You are so bloody smug. What do you think you're doing here? I'm having my dinner.
Well, just relax, kid. It's just a social errand. Here, I'm delivering your invitation to Mr. Whitney's wedding.
Oh, well, goodness gracious. At last, the wedding invitation. I haven't been able to sleep a wink.
There's one for you, too, Detective Stoner. I left it at police headquarters with Chief Mallory.
Well, thanks for your trouble.
Well, good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Sayonara. Would you look at that? Wedding of Mr. Schuyler Whitney to Mrs. Ravenswick. I'd give anything to get out of that.
Come on, you can't just refuse. I mean, he is your boss now. You're obligated.
Rotten luck. Well, you're not obligated. You don't have to go.
You kidding? I wouldn't think about missing this, not for anything in the world. I mean, this is going to be the event of the century. And you got to think about it. You got to picture the drama and the glamour and the action when Vampira marries Richie Rich. Richie Rich.
What is there?
Gunther.
That's what I need, King Kong. What do you want?
I have a delivery for you, Miss Duval.
All right. Give it to me and just go.
Mr. Whitney wants me to give you this.
I said go. What? What? This is too much. This is too much. A wedding invitation. How do they dare to be so insulting to me? It's unthinkable.
Oh, I'm so sorry you feel that way.
This is a joke, a repulsive, stupid joke.
Oh, no, now, Mr. Whitney, he wants you to be there. I'm quite sure he's sincere about
Oh,
that.
I know. That's that lady. What's her name? That quick bird lady?
Oh, Raven Swift.
Yes, she wants me to be there so she can gloat over me. These Whitneys, they really do think they can have a good laugh at Martin Duval.
Now, Miss Duval. I'm sure that you'll find that...
I will find nothing, you idiot, because I will not go. You hear me properly? I will not.
Well, now, Mr. Whitney's going to feel very bad about this. It's going to be quite an affair.
What about you, Gunther?
What about me?
Yes, you. If you can't think, what do you think of Mr. Scarlett Whitney's marriage?
Well, I have no opinions, Miss Duval. I hope that he'll be very happy.
What about Raven Swift? What do you think of her? Come on.
Nothing in particular, except that I hope their marriage is very successful.
Why did you pause? Oh, Gunther, I can see through you just like in a mosquito net. You are lying. Underneath, you're fetching and carrying and bowing and touching your cap. You're lying. You hate Scarlett Whitney. And if it was not for the enormous sum of money he pays you, you will be working someplace else. In a garage, maybe, with dirty hands where you belong. Oh, but no, of course not. You would rather dirty your hands for the devil because he pays for it. You're disgusting.
Oh, on the contrary, Miss Duval, Mademoiselle. Skylar Whitney, to you, may be the Prince of Darkness, but to me, he is a Prince of Fellows.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Bonsoir.
Get out of here, I said!
To perk up plain meat meals,
reach for the spoon.
Betty Crocker scallop potatoes, made from fresh russet slices with a delicately seasoned white sauce. With pork chops there.
Reach for the spoon.
Betty Crocker au gratin potatoes, real russet slices in a sauce tangy with real cheddar cheese. Sure gives meatloaf a lift.
Sure does.
Perk up your plain meat meals with Betty Crocker potatoes.
Reach for the spoon. The Betty Crocker spoon.
This Shield Shows Total has 100% of the recommended daily allowance of these 9 vitamins and iron.
Right.
Put Total Shield on one of these boxes. See how the 9 vitamins compare.
I'll try cornflakes. 25%? Total's much higher. How's Total taste?
Crisp whole wheat flakes.
Mmm.
And 100% of these 9 vitamins. That's the total difference.
Writer Van Johnson has marital problems when he spends too much time away from his wife in Wives and Lovers. Tonight at 8 and at 10, Patty Duke stars in The Diary, tonight's episode of Night Gallery.
So this will be your study then, Scarlett?
It will.
Seems strange to see the place so empty.
I hope, I hope it's not disturbing for you to be in the house again.
No, not at all. I must admit I did have a little heart flutter when I came in the front door, but it passed. They've done so much, haven't they? Everything is so changed. The previous owners, I mean.
Yes, they did. Raven mention that. She said that she hardly recognized the place. Of course, I've got no way of knowing, but she seemed to think that the changes were an improvement.
I don't.
Well, of course, you're used to the way it was before. Would you care to sit down? It's a poor substitute for comfort, but I'm afraid it's all I've got at the moment.
Thank you, dear. In any case, it's your house now, Skylar. Enjoy it. Do what you want with it. But above all, be happy in it, you and Raven.
Thank you. I know that you mean that.
And while we're on this subject, I'm going to say something else I mean.
My dear Aunt, you always do.
Quite. Take care of Raven, Skylar. Take good care of her.
I plan to. But sometimes it seems that she doesn't want or need much care.
Oh, but she does. Oh, I know she's inconsistent, flighty, erratic. But you see, she's wandering around out there in the world, looking for an anchor, looking for something to hang on to. She's impulsive, too, I know. But I don't really believe that she means to be destructive or harmful. Underneath the sometimes dangerous choices she makes in life, she's vulnerable and she's frightened.
Then you know that about her, too.
Why, of course I do. You must remember that her mother was my best friend. I saw Raven grow up. Well, grow older anyway. It wasn't an easy childhood, Skylar. She was pushed into one home after another, into one finishing school after another. And to compensate, she started grabbing at life any way she could get it.
I know.
And with all of her faults, and they're legion, I know, there's something rather sad about her and appealing. She's like a child at a carnival, wide-eyed, eager, and afraid to be alone.
She won't be alone. Not ever again. Please trust me to care for her, to protect her, not only from the world, but from herself.
You'd better, my dear Skylar. You'd better. Or I'll see to it that you go straight to the guillotine. Clear?
Perfectly, madame. I am at your service. And Raven's.
Well, now, I really must go. My car is waiting, and I have a lot to do yet.
Well, I've got no way of thanking you for the enormous help you've been in putting the wedding together.
Nonsense. After all, it's just you and Raven now. You're the only family I have.
Let me show you out.
No. I should know the way by this time. Good night, dear.
Good night, Raven.
Mr. Whitney?
Yes?
I've finished delivering all those invitations. Anything else you want me to do?
No, that will be all, Gunther. Thank you.
Oh, let me get...
Hey, what do you think you're doing with that?
Well, I was going to put it in the closet, you know, get it out of your way.
It's not in my way. If it was in my way, I would have asked you to move it. I didn't ask you to move it. Now put it down and get out!
Pillsbury Frosting Supreme. Pillsbury Frosting Supreme.
Pillsbury Frosting Supreme. So smooth and creamy, you can spread it with a paper knife.
Wednesday night at 8, you'll see more movie and fewer commercials when Doris Day and Rock Hudson star in Send Me No Flowers. And tonight at 10, Patty Duke stars as a gossip columnist with evil plans in the Diary on Night Gallery. Stay tuned now for Three's Company.
This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.
The contract was supposed to be finished today. Where is he? Don't tell me he's out sick again. This is awful. We're going to...
If your employees are having personal problems, they are costing your company money with absenteeism, poor decisions, accidents, and the like. There is an effective employee assistance program called Info Now, which deals with all problems: emotional stress, family, drugs, and alcohol. To learn more about this service for your company, call the National Council on Alcoholism at 732-2303.
There are prizes for everyone, free tickets to a 76er game and a day at Dorney Park. You will also be eligible for a grand prize, a family trip to the Super Bowl. Send your name and address to Funfair Kit, Philadelphia 19107, or dial 215 and the letters Funfair.